Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bashar Makar Kodash. And we give double honors to our apostle elders, which are the apostle elders in Great Millstone. Wisdom, and understanding through the spirit power of the Lock it. Try to set this up where we can see it. All right. And again, we give all praise and honor to Yahweh Bashar Yahushai, Bashar Makar Kodash, for the truth, knowledge, and wisdom. We're in beautiful times. Things are taking place. I shared a bunch of news stories this morning because things are happening so rapidly, and that's how it was prophesied to happen. The Lord said that these would be like birth pains, the birth pains of the kingdom of heaven, which is coming to Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which is spread out through the four corners of the planet Earth by way of dispersing the diaspora. All right, and the Lord is coming back to us by way of faith and by way of this truth, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right. And you see the title of the video. It says, when the lights go off, turn your faith on. Okay? The lights go off, turn your faith on. Because Esau's doing something. All right? That's why he said he's going to come down having great wrath. Because that he knows he has but a short time. All right? There's a lot of military movement going on. There's a lot of reset. Because guess what? They can't bring the system in. They can't bring this new financial system in without turmoil, chaos. They have to have a reason. It's called ordo as chaos. Ordo as chaos. That means order out of chaos. So you have to have chaos to bring the order in, okay? So it's not going to come in like every day, just wake up, oh, we got a new banking system. No, they're going to make the people beg for it. They're going to make the people frown for it. And I was thinking the other day, with the situation with Aaron Russo and I think Nicholas Rockefeller, one of the Rockefellers, he broke the oath. And that's what was coming in. The spirit had this coming in my mind that he broke the oath. That's why they say that they never heard of Nicholas Rockefeller, because guess what? If you read I think it's the Leaks Manifesto, they said anybody that tells they're punishable by death. That's why when you go into the Freemasons and all those organizations, you have to take a death oath. You have to take an oath where you said you'll have your mouth cut out, your tongue cut out. If you tell what's in the meeting. So the spirit was like, he told. That's one of the main plans that he told. He spilled the beans on it. That's why they shoved it under. But that's what the Lord is. What does it say? Everything that is done in secret shall come to light. So he put it in his mind because guess what? Dude sort of liked Aaron Russo. Boy, because one thing about Esau and these Edomites, they an infatuation with you as a person and as a nation. That's why they make money off of you. But who buys the front row tickets to the basketball game? Edomites. Who buys the season passes to these sports events? Edomites. To watch Jake play. They love Jake, but they hate Jake at the same time because it's in their spirit. It's that enmity. It's that forever enmity that's between Jacob and Esau. But back to the point is that Aaron Russo sort of caught dude's heart. And he told him, he said, man, don't worry about it. Just worry about you and your family. Because everything else that he was telling them was on point. The Bin Laden, going into caves and hunting. Because the elites, they laugh at the public. Because they're orchestrating everything. They control both sides of all the stories. All the wars have been banker wars, man. All right, just look into that quote. All wars have been banker wars. Okay, I think it was General Smedley Butler, if I'm not mistaken. So he said that all wars are banker wars. So guess what? They've been manipulating this time. That's why when this devil goes down, man, the world is going to be at rest, man. That's what the scriptures say. The world is at rest, man. The tree said, no feller has come up against me since thou hast been laid down. The whole earth is in shackles with this devil, man. But the Most High is going to take him out the way. He's not an issue. Esau's not a problem for the Most High. That's why he says he's long suffering. The vessels that is fitted for destruction. Esau's not running things, man. We can't give him that much power. But the Lord controls everything because he's in the whim of the Lord, man. All right. So the main thing we had now is that Rockefeller, he told, and guess what? He got disappeared, man, because he told the secrets of the elites. He told a treasure trove of secrets that he shouldn't have told, man. Because that's why you have to go into that depot. Guess what? They get feelings, they get drunk because they're men. They're not impervious. And then some of them are weak men. They're low esteemed men, all right? But to the point is, if the lights go off, turn your face on. Because the Lord has always told us that we're gonna have to have our faith tested. We're always gonna have our faith is gonna have to test the road, and it's gonna be with you trusting in Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Because the Lord is bringing this mark. The Lord is bringing the devil. The Lord is allowing Esau to do what he's doing to test the merit, because that's a part of the gold and the silver being tried in that fire, man, of adversity. It says honorable men are tried in the furnace of adversity, man. So this is the time where your faith must be, you got to get on your faith, Jake. And what else, and whatever in your life, in your path that the Lord has set before you, get your faith right. It's getting right. Everything that happens now in the last little bits is for your faith strengthening. That's what it is. It's to strengthen your faith and to make you a better server of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Because when that time comes, you're not going to have no videos to lean on. You're not going to have another brother to lean on. You're not going to have a camp to go watch. Just like IUIC, there ain't going to be no gatherings, man. There ain't going to be no traffic. There ain't going to be no movement around, man. They're talking this. They're warning this. Esau's coming, man. He's coming with this darkness. All right, so if he don't come with it, regardless, he's going to come with something that's going to be equivalent to a chaotic event where he can bring in this new system, this new monetary system, all right? So the mentality is that if the lights go off, turn your face on. That's what you're going to have. You're not going to have food because guess what? The refrigerators are going to be off. So all the food that you stored up, unless you have a pantry or dry food, it's going to be gone. But guess what? How you going to boil water to boil your rice? How you gonna cook the meat that you got stored up? So you're gonna be eating beans and whatever little veggies you can, but we're not worried about that, man. Because guess what? I think in my mind it's all GMO anyway. You know, we ain't gonna eat the food we eat now, but we're gonna eat what the Lord provides. But in the time we going to, man, it's all GMO anyway. That's why the Lord, I was trying to make a video where it says the fire shall burn the junk. Okay, why another reason is this fire going to come on the planet Earth, and especially Babylon, because Babylon holds the most GMO in the planet Earth. And genetically altered organisms, genetic modified organisms have killed people, man. They have destroyed health, high fructose corn syrup, all of these things that have happened. They've killed people, man. They're killing people slowly. So guess what? If this fire comes, it's going to destroy the junk. It's going to destroy the stuff that isn't worth anything. What are we going to do with Babylon, man? What are we going to do with the stuff in Babylon? What are we going to do with GMO foods and sugars and Nestle Crunches? We don't need none of this, man. We're not going to need none of it. It can all burn. That's why the Lord is going to bring fire, because that's going to quench a lot of, we don't need these cars. A lot of these houses are mold ridden. That's why it says no man shall dwell here, man. It's going to be a total desert. The Lord is going to eviscerate. That's why the elements shall melt with fervent heat. You have a lot of pesticides here. You have a lot of nuclear waste here. You have a lot of things if you look into it. All you have to do, if you want to look at the desolation of Babylon and how polluted it is, you just have to look up Superfund sites. Just go to Google and type in Superfund sites. When you see Superfund sites, then you're going to see the waste dumps, the chemical dumps, the different pesticides, the different lead, because they used to have lead paint. So in construction, if you ever done construction, what they do is they'll have you peel off the lead paint, and you have to wear protective gear. I've done it before. You have to wear gloves, you have to wear a mask, you have to wear a hazmat suit, and then you have to clean up the lead, and then you have to put it in a special container, and you have to have somebody that's specially trained and specially authorized to deal with the junk to come and go ahead and take it from you. So that's where we at, man. The Lord is going to have that fire come down. It's going to clear the junk out, which is a beautiful thing, because what are we going to need with Babylon's merchandise? What are we going to need? There's nothing here to keep, man. The land is defiled. The products are defiled. The people are defiled. But the main point now is that when the lights go off, if the lights go off, and the lights go off in this time, in this so-called new financial reset, you got to turn your faith on. That's the only thing you're gonna have. You're gonna have to believe in Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and guess what? He's gonna lead you to the food. He's gonna bring the food to you. He's gonna have it where you set up. That's why it says, "In those days you shall know who my chosen are," man. That's what we hoping. Everything we doing now is just for those moments. It's that moment of trial and tribulation that we make it through it. It's not for anything else. It's not to be a super duper Israelite, and each of us are going to have to walk this by ourselves. That's why it says it's only built for one man to walk at a time. So that means all of us are going to have to walk that road, and you're going to have whatever's on your survival pack or your spiritual survival pack, what's in your mind and in your spirit, to make it through it, because you're going to have faith. It says it's impossible to please the Lord without faith. So if food run out, you're going to have to, pray to the Lord and see. But like it says, recently I've been experiencing things that, man, faith kicks in. Faith kicks in, and you see how the Lord moves everything step by step, pace by pace. It's just you believing and you putting your spirit in it, man. All right? So when the lights go off, just turn your faith on. That's what you're going to need. You're not going to need no prepping. Even if you have a little bit of beans and rice stored up, that's gonna last you for a little bit, but you don't want to lean on that, because that's why the Lord said, "Give me neither riches nor poverty, but meat for me." So you might just have a daily bread. You might just have something to eat that day. You might just have some water for that day in that moment, man. And then you have to wait till the next moment. It's like the animals. The animals don't store up nothing. We're gonna have to live like that mindset, just like the beasts live. Not as the beast, but the beasts don't worry. They know that something's gonna take care of them, man. All right, that's our mindset that's coming, because like I said, there is something coming down the pipe. There's a lot of military action. There's a lot of military movement. That's why these guys that are in these other camps that are trying to falsify and say what the mark is and what it isn't, they're gonna be caught on guard, because we're gonna be starving. So when it comes, they're gonna be ready for whatever Esau gives them, man, because they had something called Stockholm syndrome. That means you love your master more than you love freedom. Freedom is not your master anymore, man. That's what our mind. The Lord has geared us and has groomed us to trust Him, because He says, "Look, men shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh," man. That's what we're gonna live by. It's not gonna live by no. And sometimes, we ain't gonna be by brothers. We ain't gonna be by camps. You might have to walk by yourself. You might have to go out there by yourself and do things by yourself and on your own, man. But the Lord might have you go around certain people that may have nourishment for you, just like the story with Elijah and the maid when she was about to make the cake. Elijah said, "Make the cake for me and you, and we're gonna be all right." So that's the things that we got to look for in these days. You have to look for the signs of the Lord's movement, man, and it's going to come in different ways, because the Most High is not put in a box. You can't put Yahweh Shem Yahshua in a box. You can't pray for something and then try to think how it's going to come or how it's going to happen or how your problem is going to get fixed. You have to trust on Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and that problem will be fixed according to His will. That's what Yahweh said, "Let your will be done," man. It's not our will, it's not our ways, it's just the mindset we got to be in, and it's been in my spirit all day, man. If this thing really happens, it's like, what, you got to ask yourself, what are you going to do? And my mindset is like, damn, I've been taken care of throughout my life, man, and I have to acknowledge that, because you have to know and give credence when credence is due. That's another thing, man. Thank the Lord for the little things that you do have. You might not have what you think you want to have, but guess what? If you have height, man, if you have sight, you have vision, you can talk right, you know what I'm saying, you ain't leprous or something like that, or have some disease, but even if you do and the Lord heals you from it, that's even better, man, because that'll increase your faith to know that Yahweh Shem Yahshua is helping and He's working, man. So this is just the message I'm giving, and brothers can look into it a little bit deeper on the information that's happening, but there's a lot of military action happening, man. There's a lot of military movement. There's a lot of moving wheels right now. Esau's preparing, and you have to acknowledge that. Our job is not to try to get in front of it. Our job is just to wait on the Lord, man, because it says, what is it saying? Is that Habakkuk? It says the just shall live by faith, man. The just shall live by faith. It's not saying the just is going to move. We're going to live. That's how you're going to live. We're going to live moment by moment, piece by piece. And you have to strengthen. This is the time where you strengthen your faith, Jake. You have to strengthen your faith right now. You have to, whatever it takes for you to, for get in that mode, and it's a daily thing, man, because the Lord is holding back the winds for the elect's sake, man. And He knows when we're ready, just like the Lord knows when gold is ready. When it's ready, He's gonna hit the button, because 2/3 of Jacob's gonna get caught up. Those that are not preparing themselves, like these guys that are not listening to sit downs, they're not listening to the apostles and the elders, go into these facts about the Mark Wahlberg, all these things that are being set before us, because it's not men speaking. What does it say? The Lord speaketh through men. So the Lord is warning us of what's coming down the pipe. Just like the Lord told Elijah what was happening, man. All right? So this is especially the time with Jezebel, man. The Lord is giving us the secrets of the elites and letting us know that they're planning something. Something's coming down the pipe, because the Lord's going to judge this place. You got all types of pride fest, different things. This world is going to continue to be as wicked as it wants to be. So the Lord is coming to judge it, man. The Lord is coming to judge Babylon and the earth, and it's not going to be good, man. That's why it says when the Most High gets to moving, man, things start to being tossed to and fro. In the time of the flood, they didn't listen to Noah. They thought Noah was crazy. The Lord said, get right, because imagine the wickedness that was going on in the time of the flood when Noah was prophesying. What did it say? Set a mark upon the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. So Noah was sighing and crying for everything that was happening, and because there had to be some pure wickedness going on, man. Just like Lot. Lot was vexed with the filthy conversations of the wicked. So Noah wasn't happy with the times that he was living in. So you got to ask yourself, what was going on in that time where Noah was prophesying and telling and warning people, man, because they were breaking the law. They were breaking the law. The same thing you see happening right now. They breaking the law like it's nothing. There's no knowledge of the Most High in their thoughts. They don't think of the Most High. They don't wonder what the Lord wants. It's all about what they want, what they can do, what they can gain, how they can get ahead. Matthew 24th chapter tells you that men shall be lovers of themselves, man. You got selfies. You got this movement of TikToks and Facebook personalities, and men love themselves. It's a decrepit age that we live in, man. It's full of murders and violence. How many shootings are happening? How many adulteries happening? Like it's nothing, man. There's no knowledge of the Most High in the land. So why even keep it? All right, why even keep it? But I just wanted to make this quick point. I'm at my destination, but this is a serious thing, man, because they're plotting something. If the lights don't go off, okay, they don't go off. But you got to ask yourself, if they do, what you gonna do? If the lights go on off, what you gonna do? Because there ain't gonna be no help me out. Nah, it's gonna be you in that situation, man. And there ain't gonna be no comment boards you can jump on. There ain't gonna be no kind of videos you can pull up to see what's going on. No, you have to stand on faith. That's what you want to cut on, man. It's gonna be faith out of there, because what is the example we have is when Yahweh Shai was talking to the centurion. He said, don't even come into my house. He said, just say the word and my servant shall be whole, man. That's the faith you got to have. You got to have the faith of the Lord can do anything, man. If He wants to turn a damn field of grass into some food for you, He will, man. That's why a lot of times, I'm learning different foliage, and it's just something that's in my spirit to do. I'm learning where I can go out on my weekend and I can go into the woods and look for little things you can eat. And it's out there. It's good to know herbs, man. Thyme, basil, different things like that. But you don't know about dandelions. Dandelions are good. That's a good source of nutrients for you. There's different things that are out there that you can learn, man. The YouTube is available. Use it now. The knowledge shall run to and fro. Use it now, man. Don't spend time on YouTube BSing, man. Look up things that you don't know. How to survive. How to start a fire without matches. How to start at survival. There's survival videos on survival videos on survival videos. Those are the things you have to learn. And it's not gonna. Don't say that that's gonna save you. I'm not saying it like that. But it's a good additive knowledge that you can add to yourself that you may not have, man. All right. And if you read in the time of Maccabees, what did they say? They went to the woods. They went out to the field and they knew how to eat off the herbs, man. So we knew that type of information. Okay. Hey, Yabasim Yashab Rakatah, Basim Karkadah, Shalom Yahweh. I'm getting ready to get out of here, brother. If you got a precept for me, you can post it. I'm gonna hang out for you, brother. But the same thing you see now, we have to lean on faith, man. Faith is what is gonna hold us. That's why it says that men, the just, and what is the just? You Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the chosen. It says the just are lived by faith. That's what you're gonna have, man. Because these lights are getting ready to do something. Something's gonna happen. I can't tell you what it is, but they got the so-called fake UFOs coming out, and those are Esau's vehicles. And then you got the real chariots that are showing themselves. Because guess what? The chariots are interdimensional, man. They might be physical, but they're spiritual at the same time, man. Okay? So our mentality is to keep our eyes peeled, keep our spiritual antenna up, and to make sure that we have ourselves girded about with what? With truth, man. All right? Hey, Shalom. There he is. This is the brother from, this is the brother Yahweh. This is Yahweh Tazah. GMS Bun Yahweh. This is Matthew 4 and verse 4. And it says, but he answered and said, it is written, men shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh. And that's where we're going to live. We don't need food because guess what? It's GMO anyway. Don't trip off the food we're not eating. It's GMO. It's bad for us. The food that we've been eating, it's going to be a blessing when the Lord take us from this type of diet that we've been on, man. And that's why the Lord said you shall drink poison and not die. All right? Because we're eating straight up BS, man. We're eating poison, man. And it's not good for us. Okay? It's only by the Lord's graces that we're not dropping dead out here. And they just had a rapper in Houston drop dead on stage, man. Judgment's out here. A rapper dropped dead on stage while he was rapping. Dropped dead. Do not pass go. They didn't revive him or nothing. This is the brother. This is Psalms 40 and verse 4. It says, blessed is the man that maketh the Lord his trust. Exactly. That means that when everything seems bad, trust in the Lord. When everything seems horrible, trust in the Lord, man. If you're in these cities, the Lord's going to make it where you get out the city. Because it goes back to the time of Egypt when the Lord plagued. It says there was thick darkness in Egypt. So it would make sense that Egypt repeats itself. He said he's going to smite Egypt with plagues as before. So if Egypt was plagued with darkness in the ancient world, what makes you think it might not be plagued with darkness again, man? It says thick darkness that you could touch, man. That you could feel it. It was so dark, man. So the time it could happen again. And it says, this is Psalms 40 and verse 4, blessed is the man that maketh the Lord his trust. And it says, and respecteth not the proud. And who's that? Esau. That means you ain't worried about his ways. You're not worrying about his oh, you got to eat, but Esau. He's not the says all, do all, man. He's not the one that's making stuff grow. He thinks he is, but he's not. And it says, that respecteth not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. So you going those that's gonna trust in the ways of Egypt. It says, I think the scripture says, he that leaneth upon Egypt, it shall go into his hand. If I'm not mistaken, that's a verse. I think it might be in Isaiah, if I'm not mistaken. But that's what it says. You trust in Egypt, it's gonna go into your. It's gonna pierce you, man. All right, that's why we're not to lean on the ways of Egypt and Esau's ways, man, because he wants to make it where you have no choice but to trust in him. And we're not going to trust, just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They said our power would deliver us from the fire. Our power would deliver us because we trust in him. But if we don't, we know that we're not bowing the knee to the image, man. That's what all this is about, just like Antiochus, okay, Antiochus. Antiochus, he's saying he wanted you to trust in him. He said, don't lean on your gods, lean on me. We ain't got time for that, man. We are close to the end of all of this, where we have a land promise, Jake. You have a piece of property promised to you by the Lord from our forefathers, because we are our forefathers coming back in the reincarnation. Trust in that. Lean on that. Don't talk about what you might not have. Trust about what the Lord promised. Even if we don't make it on this run, you still have a land that's promised to you, man. This land is going to be nothing. You have nothing here for yourself, Jake. You have nothing here. If you take a mark for nothing, that's what you're going to take a mark for. Nothing. So you're not getting anything. You're not going to, it says the New World Order says you shall have nothing and you shall love it, man. So why would you take a mark to have nothing when you could take whatever comes with death or whatever comes with the other side to have eternal kingdom, man? That's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Esau showed you he's a double tongue. He even crosses his own contract with his own nation. Edomites are crossing Edomites. Esau backed out of the nuclear deal with Russia, man. So what makes you think he's gonna honor you, man? He ain't gonna honor you. You gonna take that mark and he gonna treat you like a dog, man. He might have a shocker in that thing to shock you up like a dog, man. Don't trust this man. I'm saying it in a joking manner. Who knows what he got? But don't trust this man. He showed you everything not to trust him. Okay? And it says, let's go to Psalm 91 and verse 7. It says, thousands shall fall at thy side and 10,000s at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. That's what you got to put your faith in. We're not gonna taste this destruction if we be on the good side of the Yahbashim Yahushua, man. We're not gonna taste destruction because the Lord has already allotted those that will not taste of death, that will not taste of the second death. Just like Noah didn't taste of the death. And we know Noah existed because how did everybody get here? How did everybody progenited the world? Because there was a destruction. Esau will tell you there was a worldwide catastrophe. All right, and it's coming again. And it says, this is verse 8. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. So you don't want to see, we're going to see it. The Lord is going to make it a point. Just like Jake wants you to see a turnaround dunk and or see some kind of miraculous skill he got, the Lord is going to show you his skills. His skills is judgment, man. He said he's the Al-Shaja, the demon-like power, man. He's going to get down on Esau. He said he's going to mix it out without mixture, man. Me and the brother went into it at camp. Lord willing, I can get it uploaded, man. But he said he winked at our wickedness. Look what we went through, and that was a wink. The Lord said he winked at it. That was a wink, and look what hell we caught, man. The Lord said he's angry with the wicked. He's not just winking at Esau. He's angry. He said Yahushua said he's going to cry like a travailing woman, man. He's angry as hell. The Lord is pissed off, man. That's why we said we hope for mercy in those days, man. We hope and pray for mercy, and we're not even promised that, man. But we still gonna serve Yahbashim Yahushua to the best of our ability, and we're gonna hope on that salvation because that's all we got. Where we gonna go? We gonna go work at Home Depot and wait on missiles? Nah, no sir. And this is Ecclesiasticus 4 and verse 8, and it says, "Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee." See? So unto death. How's the Lord gonna fight for you? Because he can bring you back to life. He can bring you back to life. Then what? What is Esau gonna do when you raise up out of his death and you standing back on your feet, man? He's gonna be spooked. Then he's gonna know that death cannot even touch you, man. You're untouchable. You're a somebody, man. Just like the mob say, you touch the somebody. That's what the elect is to Yahbashim Yahushua. They're somebodies, man. You might be on the guillotine and the guillotine come down to chop your head off and the guillotine breaks. Your head gets chopped off and the Lord puts your head back on your body. Did not the Lord put the ear back on the man's body, the Roman's body, when it was chopped off? So these are the things we got to lean on, man. The Lord's got power, and that was Yahushua. So imagine when the Lord comes and delivers you, man. When Yahweh sends his angels to deliver you, man. That means death cannot hold you from the Lord's love, man. All right. So hopefully, Lord willing, is edifying. Let me see if there's one more precept. All right, man. I'm going to get this Wisdom of Solomon 17 and verse 15. And it says, we're partly vexed. It says, in monstrous apparitions and partly fainted their heart and falling them. For it says, for a sudden fear and not looking for came upon them. Man, let me go up. This is the precept I wanted, the water, my brothers. This is Wisdom of Solomon 17 and verse 14. It says, but they sleeping that same sleep that night, which indeed intolerable, and which came upon them out of the bottom of inevitable hell. See, that darkness is coming, man. We have things that are getting ready to come on this earth that we have not witnessed before, man. And that's thus saith the Lord, man. So power is coming, deliverance is coming. All we got to do is keep hope, keep faith, and keep our eye on the prize, man. We have a great kingdom that's coming to us through the Spirit and power of Yahbashim Yahushua. So Lord willing, is that a final lesson? I'm going to leave it there. The point has been hit. The main thing is keep your eyes on the ball. And if the lights turn off, if the lights go off, turn your faith on, man. That's what you're going to do. Just turn your faith on. Just sit there, chill out, And the Lord already has something in place that you might not even know. This, you got to pay attention to the subtle ways of Yahbashim Yahushua, man. It could be a smack in the face or it can be a subtle wind, man. All right, so Lord willing, it's edifying lesson. I'm going to leave it there. And to water for you brothers coming by and those that are watching, I say call Haloyim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Hakudash. Say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Bahashem, Hakudash. Until the next time, I say Shalom. And as always, and more now than ever, keep faith. Shalom.